Welcome to Threads of Sustainability, where you get to hear the passionate, informative, and engaging conversations of creatives, makers, manufacturers, and producers from all over the globe. We explore what sustainability can look like in the quilting, fiber, and textile world, and I'm your host, Bridget O'Flaherty, also known as the Sustainable Quilter. Welcome to this episode of Threads of Sustainability. I did something a little bit different for this episode, and I actually went on to a farm near me and visited a local artist and got a chance to spend the day with her, exploring her property and all of the different projects that she's working on. I visited with Rose Moses, and she is an Ojibwe-Henvey Inlet First Nations artist. She's self-taught and really focuses a lot on doll making, beadwork. She does upcycling, recycling, quilting, you name it, she does it. It's pretty incredible, the work that she does. She really focuses on First Nations themes. She does both beading and doll making, which have been part of First Nations culture for a very long time. And she considers it working on it as sacred work. She's been making dolls for over 30 years and goes into schools teaching doll making. And she recently taught herself how to bead, and she's putting that beadwork into frames on her dolls and even into her clothing. She also does painting and quilting, and you're going to hear all kinds of the projects that she's been working on over the last number of years during COVID, and some of the more difficult work that she does. She goes into schools and talks with high school students about residential school issues and learnings and teachings that she has through poetry and art. She's a published poet, and she has her own experiences through residential schools with her mother and her own exclusion from her culture as a child. And it's a really meaningful conversation, and I'm really honored that she shared a lot of that information with me. I really hope you enjoy diving into a really different and important aspect of sustainability when it comes to understanding our social contexts, our histories. We need to look at that and know those histories in order to have sustainable futures. So this has been a really interesting exploration of that, and I hope you enjoy.
Okay, so I wanted to show you the crazy quilt because I found it, and this is the very first one that I made. Yeah, and that's from when I was in Ottawa at my friend's house, and I found that book on how to start a crazy quilt, so I couldn't wait to get home, and this was the very first one that I made. So it has the lace and the ribbons and a little bit of velvet, which would be part of original crazy quilt, would have all these really unique and very expensive fabrics. But I didn't buy anything for this except the ribbons maybe. All of this is kind of just what I had around the house.
So it's all found objects or found materials that you had.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and even the buttons too came from other sources. I didn't buy anything. And then I just simply used a tablecloth on the back.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then for this one, there's always a blanket in the middle.
Okay.
So you're sewing right onto the blanket.
Oh, okay. So you're just sort of appliquing almost and just doing folded edges and then you're tucking ribbons in with it. And then tell me a little bit about the stitching that you've done as well.
Yeah, so this my style is with really large stitching. I like to see the stitching, and then I use colored embroidery threads with different colors so that you can see. Yeah, because this was the very first one, my later ones are with a little bit tighter stitches and maybe just a little bit more tidier. This was the first one I was just practicing on, sort of thing, just to see how it would look and how it would feel. Yeah. So my other ones have been quite wonderful.
Yeah, well, I think that we all kind of learn and progress as we go, right?
Yeah.
We figure that stuff out.
Yeah, so that's my crazy quilt. And I did that, I guess maybe 10 years ago.
And so what started you into wanting to do quilting, and where did that all come from?
God, I don't know. I just had this calling to do, first of all, I love quilts, But when I saw an old crazy quilt, that really spoke to me for some reason. And I would seek them out wherever I could find them. And they had a show of them in Almont at the Textile place.
Yeah.
And they had a whole bunch of crazy quilts from, I guess, 1900s or something. They were really old. And I was just fascinated by them because they just look so unique to me, and they're not perfect like the other quilts.
Right.
It's very, it's just kind of funky looking to me.
Yeah.
And so when I did this one, I kind of followed the template of what an original one might look like. But now the ones that I do, of course, are all First Nations designs. They have wolves in them, and they have, eagles in them, and they have purples and native fabric and the ribbon. It's just fantastical now that I get kind of make it my own style.
Do you have any newer ones around that you can show me? Awesome. We'll take a look at those. I'd love that.
Yeah. I'll have to dig them up, but they're around somewhere.
That's awesome.
The ones, the eagle one and the wolves ones are all gone now to people who've taken them. So they're beautiful. Amazing. And so you can feel how heavy it is too.
Yeah.
It's
got a lot of good weight to it.
Yeah, it's very heavy. And one of the things people compared it to a heavy blanket.
Yeah,
like you can buy those
weighted blankets.
Weighted blankets. Yeah. And I didn't even know about weighted blankets until someone told me it was just like a weighted blanket for them, and that's what they preferred. Yeah. So that's the thing about the crazy quilt, and that's how I got started.
Amazing.
No one could tell me about them. I couldn't find anyone to tell me about them.
Yeah, I think it's a fairly niche way of quilting still today. Like, obviously it wasn't in the past, but I think that there's not a lot of people doing crazy quilting anymore.
No, I haven't found anybody who does it, and I'm just amazed because I think it's so much fun. And the thing I like about it is there's no mistakes. So if you do make a mistake with your stitching or something, you can just put a button on it, or you can just cover it up with some lace. So for me, there's such great freedom in that and creativity with that. And when I was volunteering in Perth, we always made crazy quilts, and it was easy to do because you just sit with people and you'd hand sew and visit and talk. And it was just a nice way to get together and keep your hands busy, but also be able to visit with someone.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, without all the measuring and the cut. The preciseness of it is gone. So it's just so relaxing. And they're quicker to do. I find they're very quick to do because, you're not measuring and cutting. You're just slapping pieces on, and it's great. Yeah. And they're just everything is just so, to me, so amazing.
I find the more color and the more texture you have, the better everything goes together.
And you can feel it. That's another thing. You can feel the quilt.
Yeah.
It's not just one dimensional. It's got many different textures to it. And that's what I love about it too.
It's kind of therapeutic to be able to touch all those things, right?
Yeah. To me, it's just magical. It's just magic.
So we're here on your, how many acres do you have on this farm?
We have 58 acres. Yeah.
And we're looking out across your fields right now, which have various stages of growth of trees. Tell me a bit about that, because you told me about it before.
That's right. I planted all these trees that you see here. There was only one tree when we moved here. So I planted all the apple trees, all these trees. And then last summer or the summer before, we planted 7,800 trees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
There's baby trees there, baby trees on the field next over there, and then more trees over there.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's beautiful. And you've done a real variety of trees too. Like I'm seeing willows, and I'm seeing fruit trees, and I'm seeing coniferous trees. You've got tamaracks there.
Tamarack, butternut.
Yeah.
Butternut was very rare. So we have like 8 of those.
Okay.
And then the maples and then the pines are in the fields.
Nice. Nice.
And the wildflowers have come back, and the milkweed has come back, like big time.
Yeah, we've had a lot of milkweed coming out this year too. I haven't seen the monarchs back yet. I've been looking for them, but hopefully they'll be here soon.
But it's amazing because when we moved here, the farmer used to come and just cut all this for hay.
Right.
And there was no flowers, no wildflowers at all.
Right.
This year, flowers everywhere.
That's amazing.
It's just so beautiful. It looks so nice down there. And we cut a path through there so we can walk.
Right.
And the turtles are coming to lay their eggs on the path. So it's been quite a magical a couple of years. It's really transformed. Like I said, none of this was here before.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I took trees out of the ditch. And in 2014, I couldn't do that now. Rainy Saturdays, I would go out get the trees out of the ditch and then plant them in the yard and just see what would happen. And it just grew. It was so amazing. Yeah. Wow.
That's awesome.
The only thing we bought were the apple trees and the willow trees. Everything else I transplanted, including the lilacs. Because I am also connected to Save a Dog Network with Katie Powell. I love her work.
Okay.
In Manitoba, because she goes and rescues dogs in northern Manitoba on the reserves.
Okay.
Because they don't have any vets over there.
Right.
And there's a shortage of vets in Manitoba. So she's constantly 24/7 rescuing dogs, and they just had a major flood in that area. Okay. So she's been rescuing dogs because people had to leave because of the flooding and left so many dogs behind. Right. So I decided I wanted to do a series of dog chairs, and I want to call it Summer of Dogs or something, isn't it? Dog
Days of Summer?
Yes, Dog Days of Summer.
Yeah.
So I started taking chairs and repurposing them in dog materials.
So you're replacing the cushion covers with dog materials.
So this would be kind of what they would look like, just ordinary cushions.
Yeah, just plain colored cushion.
Plain colored. And then I paint the chairs with chalk paint, which I love, Annie Sloan chalk paint. It dries in 20 minutes. It feels good.
Nice.
You can feel the chalk in it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very matte feeling to it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what it is about texture, but I just love it. So I have a series of these chairs that I'm working on. I want to do about 20 of them. And any money that I get from them, I want to send to Save a Dog.
So tell me about where you get the chairs.
I get them from the Reuse Center.
Okay.
Which is close by and is open today if you want to come. Because I'm heading over there right after this.
Awesome.
They're open today from 9 to 1. And I try to rescue the chairs. I would rescue everything if I had more room. But already my barn is all filled up. So here's the other two chairs. So I'm taking plain chairs and then I'm painting them and putting the dogs on them with my style of painting.
So tell me a little bit about your style of painting. Like this is audio, so they can't see it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, my painting has developed over time, and what I notice is that I'm fascinated with dots.
Okay.
So when you see my art, it has a lot of dots in it. I think I was influenced by other artists, of course, and maybe Australian artists, but I love to have dots in my work. So I start off with a solid color and then I'll add my artwork. And then I've lately just added some flowers and whatnot to my work and then added the dots.
Nice. So there's the animals in there too. You've got your dogs and dog footprints and bones.
Yes.
To be your dog themes.
Yes. So, and then again, if you see my artwork there, a lot of dots.
Yeah, so we've got a picture of a bear there.
Yeah.
And that's in an Indigenous style, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's my style because of the many different colors and the vibrant colors.
I love the colors. Yeah. The blues and oranges and purples are really, that's really awesome.
I think with the dots, it just gives it an energy.
It does. It's really, it would be really quite different without those dots there for sure.
Yeah. It would be, to me, it would be flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gives it some movement of some sort. So, and it just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I'm really happy when I see my own paint. I get a lot of inspiration from other First Nations artists. I look at their art and I think, wow, I just love that. And then I start doing my art. And then, I don't know, I have to have lots of color and then I have to end up with dots on them.
But you do a lot of animal representation.
Yes,
right?
Lots of animals. So I've got the heron, I've got the moose. I did a lot of moose in the past. I've done owls. And now I'm doing beavers. Just lately, I've started doing a lot of beavers and the eagle and the crow. And I just did the porcupine this year. I started doing porcupine because no one else was doing porcupine.
I love it.
And it's just so whimsical and magical to me. And
Yeah.
the Canada Goose is new too. All the other ones I've kind of done before.
And is it just you're just taking a look at the animals that are in your community, or are you looking at animals that are just animals in general? Are you inspired by anything in particular?
I think when you see First Nations art, you're going to see usually bears and owls and moose and fish. I kind of stick to the animals that are here in North America.
Sure.
And that means something to us as Aboriginal people.
Sure.
Like you don't see the porcupine, but yet the porcupine played a big role in our culture with the quills, especially with the Ojibways. We have the quill boxes and also with the quill necklaces.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of my dolls have quill necklaces.
And do they have specific representation, or just because of the indigenous animals that they are?
Yeah. Well, they use the quills quite a bit for clothing and decoration and jewelry. Okay. Right. Apparently
they're very beautiful. It looks amazing.
Yeah. And they are wonderful animals. And I guess because we have one in the yard here that has a house, I just started to think, why don't I do a porcupine? Norval Morrisseau, he did lots of colors. So I think I'm influenced by that.
Sure.
And then there's Christy Belcourt and her dots. And there's a couple more artists, Métis artists who use dots too. So I use my dots in a different way, but I just love them because they just feel so happy and cheerful.
And it is.
Yeah.
And did you always do art, or did you start art at a later time in your life?
Oh my God. I never thought I was going to paint. Holy jumpins. My brother was the painter.
Oh, wow. That's a bear that you're pointing to. That's amazing. It's a
grizzly bear and it's huge. My brother was the painter in the family. So I stuck to quilting and doll making. And it wasn't until maybe just before COVID that I started to paint. And I thought I would just try it because all my friends I was in an art group in Lanark and all of them were painting, but I would just bring my sewing to the group and I would sew and visit with them.
Sure. And
watch them paint. And then one day I said, I'm going to try painting. I'm going to just try it. As soon as I tried painting, somebody wanted to buy it. I was like, what? So that encouraged me so much. I was like, wow, people want to buy my art and I've only started. So I just started experimenting with painting and all my paintings are done on upcycled canvas.
Okay.
So this piece here, this was an oil painting that I got from somebody. Okay. I have friends now that collect stuff for me.
And bring it over
to me, yeah. So this was a huge piece. It was an oil painting. And see all the texture on it?
Yeah, it's almost dimensional, yeah. And so it's about, what, 40 by 50 inches? Is that about right?
No, I think that would be right here. I got to measure it.
We don't have to measure it.
Oh, okay. But it's huge. But you see, because of all the texture that was on it, I thought I have to put petroglyphs on here.
Yeah.
It looks like a rock.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's got that really great texture.
Yeah, it looks like a rock. And because I've been to Arizona, I saw the colors over there and their stones. Their stones are like this. Oh my God. So I tried to incorporate that and I used, I'm just in love with petroglyphs too. The images, this one here is the water panther. And that's an Ojibwe animal for the water. And it has an Ojibwe name, which I don't think I can pronounce it because
that's okay.
But it has a beautiful name. So, and it's also got the thunderbird on there. And my favorite animal, of course, is the turtle. I've named my farm after the turtle, and it's got the canoe here too. So I just love it. And I will keep this. I will not let it out of my sight because I just love it so much.
It's very beautiful. I really do love the texture on that, the ridges that are there. So that was from the original painting. Yes. Was underneath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
So I just gessoed it on top and then I added my own painting on top, which I love to do that, especially on oil paintings because they have so much texture on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So beautiful.
So we're standing here in front of this table of really amazing goodies. And I want you to talk to me a little bit about these things that I'm seeing here.
So this is another thing that I'm so drawn to. And I just started. First of all, I collect old coats, like felt coats.
Okay.
And clean them up, wash them with tea tree oil and soap and hot water and and in the wintertime, even I'll boil them if I have to. And then what I do is
So then you cut them up into...
I cut them up into reasonable sizes, and then I get frames. I collect frames, and then I'll paint the frames. So this is a painted frame here.
Okay.
And then I'll do my beadwork on that felt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. The beadwork is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this on the map that you have. So you've done a piece that it's a moose, and it's over top of a map of Algonquin Park, which is amazing.
I know. I just, I'm experimenting with, first I started out doing it on the felt, and I thought, why couldn't I do it on paper? So I started doing it on maps, and then I started doing some on birch bark.
I love it.
And then I started doing, taking these old photographs of First Nation people.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and then adding some bead to it and just making it more, I don't know, again, more textured and more beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah. And this one I just completed.
This is a horse?
Yeah, it's a horse. And anything with the flowers too, I just love as well.
I love it.
Yeah, so this is the beading table over here.
Oh my, look at all these beads. Yeah. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So I taught my sister how to bead about 2 years ago. And this is what she does now. Look at this.
Oh my goodness. So this is like a collar.
It's called a yoke.
A yoke? Okay.
Yeah. And
it's really detailed, intricate beadwork, and it's layers of lines of beads.
Yeah.
And there's floral patterns in here
Oh
and
my
colors.
God. It's just a piece of
And so what would something like this be worn? What is it used for?
It's for a powwow.
Okay.
Yeah. So a young girl would wear this as like a yoke.
Okay.
Like a here. And she would have this part of her regalia. And
it's beautiful.
Yeah. And I'm so amazed and so proud of her, because when I was teaching her, I didn't think it was going to take. I thought she wouldn't be interested. And now she has surpassed me in beadwork.
It's amazing how sisters do that to us, right?
God, I'm just so amazed with her stuff. She does big wolves. She does eagles and foxes. Like, she does big stuff. Whereas I do little stuff, but our styles are so different.
So different. Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about the dolls that are here.
Oh, yes,
Tell me about your dolls.
So that's how I first started out, was with dolls. I've been making them for over 40 years.
Okay.
Yeah. These are a new, I have like maybe about 12 different dolls. These are the ribbon dress dolls that I just started.
So tell me what a ribbon dress doll is.
Yeah. So a ribbon dress doll, this is a no-face doll. I got that teaching way back when I was in Toronto from a magazine article I saw in the Toronto Star.
Tell me a bit about that, because that was a big pivotal moment for you, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was in Toronto. I didn't grow up with my culture.
Right.
So I was in Toronto. I was going to Ryerson at the time, and it was my habit to read the Toronto Star every Saturday. I can't even imagine doing that now. But anyways, there was an article in the arts and crafts section, and I still have the article today. It was telling a story about a no-face doll, Iroquois cornhusk doll.
Okay.
Yeah, and it didn't have a face on it. And the reason why I didn't have a face on it was for the children to imagine a face onto it, to enhance the imagination. Now, there's other stories that come with a no-face doll, but that's the one that stuck with me. And so I didn't do no-face dolls for a long time, but I had that story and that teaching in my head. And then later on, when I moved to Regina, Saskatchewan, I came across a puppet, an Indigenous puppet in Regina. Again, I had never seen anything Indigenous. This is in the 80s. There was nothing.
Right.
There was absolutely nothing. There was no books. There was nothing. And so when I went in this gift shop, I saw an Indigenous puppet. I just lost my mind. So I bought it, brought it home. It had the most hideous face on it. It was made of polyester. And I just kept staring at it. And then one day I wondered if I took it apart, if I could teach myself to make a better puppet. And so that's what I did. I started taking it apart and teaching myself how to make puppets. So I started out with puppet making first. And then when I moved to Ottawa, people began to ask me, could I make dolls? And I said, well, I've never made a doll before, but let me think about it. So that's how that journey started.
Okay.
So I have the ribbon dress doll. I have grandmother dolls. I have the Moontime doll.
And so what is some of the stories behind that? So what is the story behind the ribbon dress doll?
So the one that I just developed these about 2 weeks ago. It says the ribbon dress doll. When ribbons were introduced by settlers through trade, Indigenous women used the ribbon to adorn clothing in simple and very elaborate designs. And today ribbon dresses are worn at ceremony, political events, and powwows as a symbol of survival, resistance, and pride.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's the ribbon dress, the ribbon shirt or skirt is a declaration of Indigenous strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's survived for so long when so many things were taken away.
Yes.
So, and same with doll making. I can talk. That's a whole other podcast, I'm sure. So I've got this type of doll, and then I've got the Good Medicine doll, and I've got the Mother Earth doll over here, which is a different doll.
So tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah, these ones I did from Earth Day in April, and these dolls are made with a plastic body.
Oh, so they've got a plastic jar, like a recycled plastic bottle,
yes,
that you've used as your body, and
yes,
you've created the shape of the doll around that.
That's right. And so what I've done too for the head is I've taken an Easter egg, a plastic Easter egg, put it in there, and then I put paper mache over it.
Okay.
And then I put cloth over it to make the head and attach it to the plastic bottle. And then I've designed my own native dolls.
And so these are still no-face dolls, but they're a little different from the ribbon doll you were showing me, which is a soft plush doll.
Yes. And it's filled with polyester, where this one actually has wood.
I see
was
that.
experimenting with wood. Yeah.
And so that these are more ornamental, can sit on your dresser or your display case.
And they're a lot larger too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so tell me about the story behind the Mother Earth and Grandmother.
Okay. So there would be a teaching. The teaching usually comes with every doll. So there's a teaching for the Moontime doll.
Okay.
And I thought, if someone bought this doll, how could they honor Mother Earth? So I would send them a little pouch of tobacco would come with each doll, and it would tell them how to use that tobacco, how to honor Mother Earth with the tobacco. So that's it here. Do you want me to read it to you? Or
read it to me, please.
Okay. So the Mother Earth doll. In Indigenous culture, the earth is known as sacred because of our relationship with her as our mother. She is alive, and we depend on her for our food and our warmth, and she continues to nurture us daily. She provides unconditional love and care for us all the time, and in return, we offer her our sacred prayers and good words, and that is how we give back to her. This Mother Earth doll comes with a medicine pouch of sacred tobacco. You take a tiny pinch in your left hand, because your left hand is connected to your heart, to offer Mother Earth good words, or simply thank you, or miigwech, or even say a prayer of thanks to her. The tobacco is one of our medicines combined with prayer becomes a sacred tobacco prayer, and Mother Earth benefits from such prayers. We as humans are all related, as we are all breastfed by the same mother. Let this doll remind you, you are never without a mother. She is always here, and you can honor her and talk to her at any time. So that's what I came up with, the Mother Earth doll.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I gave it some thought, and I thought, if non-Aboriginal people buy this doll, I want them to be able to know how we as Indigenous people honor and talk to her and pray to her. So it was kind of like a teaching. Every
important.
doll.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Oh, here's the article. There's the article I was talking about.
Okay, and so this article that you've just found, you actually ended up having a connection to the person who wrote it, who lives in this area now, right?
Yeah, which I didn't realize until much later. I had met her. The writer of this article, she actually taught me basket making. I made a basket with her.
Yeah.
And she has a basket museum down the road now.
Yeah, so that's Anchor at Dean, right?
Yeah.
And she's an amazing, very well-known basket weaver and textile artist in this area.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a full circle thing. It's 30 years later, you actually live in her community now, and she's in your community.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I sent her a letter telling her that this article was so important to me because I just kept it with me all these years and it never left me. And the story never left me. And it inspired me so much. And that's how I became a doll maker, was just through this little article.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. So you do a few other dolls too. I'm seeing here you've got an owl.
Oh, yeah. So I just started experimenting with owls, again, made from all kinds of things. These are, again, the coats and sheets, and a blanket maybe here, and a jacket, an old jacket. So I've started making those just for the fun of it. There's another...
More beading.
This one's on music paper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's fun. Really fun. It's hard to bead on paper.
Yeah, I would think so, because it's easy for it to rip, right?
Yeah, so that's a little bit harder, but it's worth it. I started doing sculptures last summer. I was taking the fences apart
from found
fences that we have here on the property, and I started making sculptures.
And it's like 3-dimensional collage that you've got there. So there's a piece of wood from the fence, and it
had a hole in it, so I put that
it's a teardrop blown glass piece, and then you've got an aluminum star and a bird's nest and a little bird with a bead on the top. It's a great little and the teardrop glass, the blown glass, looks like a bird poking out of the wood. Because it's got a long teardrop to it.
Yeah. I had a bunch of them with wolves and bears, and they're all gone now, but these are the ones that are left now. And the other one is Alice.
Alice in Wonderland. So this is one, again, the wood is there, but you've got an upside down teacup, and you've got a little bunny and doilies and a key and cards. Yeah. It's great. That's so great. And then a clock with the bells on it. For the alarm.
It's all stuff that I have hanging around the house anyway. So I wanted to start to reuse it in a good way and get it out the door, because I can't keep all these teapots. So I'm starting to take them apart and reimagine new ways of using them and making them.
I love it. You've got a very, it's like a collage mind, basically. You kind of pull together all kinds of things.
It never stops. Yeah.
And then you've got quilts, little quilts.
Yeah. This is kind of like a toddler's quilt. So here I'm talking about making it native. So this is the fabric that I would use.
So it's fabric with the animals on it. So we've got moose and beaver and wolves, deer, rabbits. There's all that fabric on it. And these are fabrics that you find in reuse centers?
No, actually these are bought.
Okay.
These are bought. The
flannel on the back is
from reuse.
Okay.
Yeah, from reuse. This is from reuse.
You upcycle
too.
Where you can.
Yes. Yeah. This actually came from a pillowcase. So I found it and I was like, oh my God.
It's like a Navajo print. Is that
gorgeous?
Yeah.
I think
maybe not
plains.
Navajo. Plains? Okay.
Yeah. And here's another kind of very simple toddler's quilt. Again, on the back here, I've used various.
So you've done some applique with the hearts and other mixtures of different fabrics.
And again, you can see my stitching.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like almost like a sashiko. It's like a big, long stitch with embroidery thread.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. So it's got texture to it as well. I know that you had a visit with Vanessa. So we have been working on our quilts for Vanessa too. So this
for Quilts for Survivors. Nice. Amazing.
Yeah. I made one and sent it off to a survivor. So this is another one that was done by
beautiful.
One of my friends, and I'm supposed to finish it off for her. So I'll be working on that. She's put lots of texture in it too.
Yeah, there's lots of embroidery on this. And it's again, kind of like a scrap quilt of sorts put together with all kinds of different patches. Yeah. And then quilted.
And I've taught her how to do the crazy quilt. So this would be the blanket that goes in the middle, and then we'll add a covering on the back.
Okay, so she did her stitching right onto that back quilted piece. Yeah, the blanket that was already there.
Yeah,
amazing.
And again, it was simple to do because you don't have to measure anything out too much. You just slap it on there and make it beautiful.
Doing squares, just putting together, and then doing the embroidery on top.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. We'll go over here now. Another example of, I just finished this piece too, and there's the other owl.
So it's another beading piece with an Indigenous picture behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really beautiful.
It's a portrait.
It's a portrait of a woman, of an Indigenous woman.
No, it says Chief Joseph.
Chief Joseph. Okay, so sorry, it's not a woman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So
That's
it's a portrait.
what I thought too.
Yeah.
I thought too. And then when I saw that it said Chief Joseph, I thought it was beading a woman's earrings, but it's a male.
So you're beading a male's earrings.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I want to take a minute here to thank you for listening to the Threads of Sustainability podcast. I've really loved all of the interviews that I've done already and looking forward to doing so much more. If you're enjoying what you're hearing and you want to support the podcast, you can do that on my website at bridgetoflaherty.com, and you can buy me a cup of tea. I don't drink coffee, so I'd love a cuppa, and you can pay what you want. You can also follow, like, share the podcast episodes with a friend. I love getting your support and I love getting your feedback. Don't forget to send me an email and tell me what you think. Let's jump back into the conversation with Rose. We just moved out to go to one of her barns and look at some more of her projects.
I don't work on one project only. I work on something for maybe a half an hour, and then I get another idea and I want to try something else and I go running to do that. So
right.
I always have like 10 or 12 projects on the go. I don't know why I work like that, but
I'm kind of the same, to be
good.
honest.
Okay, good. So here's a couple chairs that have
started the painting process with your dots and your flowers and your flowers and your animals.
My animals. And my first time doing something really big, I decided to tackle a table.
Oh, a whole table.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is starting your painting process. So you found this table at a reuse center.
Yep.
And you've done your milk paint and black on the back, on the bottom of it as a base.
Yeah, chalk paint.
Chalk paint.
Yeah.
And then you've started
adding the flowers and the dots and the birds.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And the colors. And then I'm going to varnish it. So it'll be a very shiny black when it's done.
Amazing.
It'll be waterproof. And if it doesn't sell, I'll keep it.
Yeah. Oh, it's really lovely. It's really lovely.
Everything I do, if I don't sell it, I keep it. So these are a bunch of chairs that I just picked up recently. This is going to be so magical when I'm done with it.
So it's got like an armed chair that would be like a dining chair, and it's got already a red velvet
which is
base,
ugly, yeah.
which is, it kind of looks like almost like a throne.
I know.
It's a gold.
Yeah.
It's been painted gold. Maybe it was used as a prop or something in a theater. I can't imagine it being in somebody's house like this.
I know.
But yeah, I can see it done in your style will be really, really beautiful.
So I'll do it probably in the white chalk paint, and then I'm going to put dog fabric on here, and there'll be another dog chair, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be, how do you get these chairs to them? You don't send them, you sell them and send the money to her. Oh, okay, great.
That's how I do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done owl chairs. I've done, wolf chair, native fabric chairs, all kinds of chairs. It breaks my heart to see all this furniture sitting outside there. And if I don't rescue it, then the rain's going to hit it and it'll get damaged, and then it'll go into the dump.
Yeah.
And break my heart.
Yeah. We don't want to, well, first of all, we don't want to break your heart. And second of all, it becomes waste that doesn't have to be waste.
Doesn't have to be. And so many people need furniture. So in my head, I'm still trying to figure out how to get a group going and how to make this bigger than just me doing it, because I can only do this by myself for so long. I'm in my 60s now. So I'd like to pass on to a bunch of youth maybe. And, they can donate the furniture. They can.
And you do donate this furniture sometimes too,
Yeah,
don't
I do.
you?
I donate a lot of furniture. Yeah. I donated to a shelter in Carleton Place, a youth shelter. I donated, lots of places, wherever they need furniture. The youth in Ottawa who are living on the streets, when they first got the first apartments, I would come in and help them with their furniture too.
Okay.
Yeah. Because furniture is so expensive, and you're just setting up your new place. Like, we have everything here, and in the cities, everything is so expensive over there. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's a big disconnect,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see couches over there. I don't bring couches home, but couches that could be cleaned up and then reused and repurposed for people who have hardly anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it just drives me crazy. Yeah, so that's some of my work. Like I said, I'm taking some time off now just to work on what I want to work on. I've been chasing orders and chasing projects, and I've got things lined up for the fall for workshops now.
So what workshops do you do?
I do doll making workshops. I've done residential school stuff.
Okay. And what do you do around the residential school stuff?
I have a lot of collage work that do you want to see it?
I do.
Oh my
I'd
God.
love to see that.
Yeah, that's a whole other branch.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to go into the schools and do that. And then because of the pandemic, I did 2 Zoom workshops with universities and colleges, I think it was.
Okay.
I've done all kinds of workshops with the Native Women's Association of Canada.
And what do you do in this workshops? You say collages. Tell me about that.
Well, first of all, let's go and look at the collages.
So this is is it a log house?
Old log house, and it's over 150 years old.
Wow.
And we renovated 10 years.
Okay.
10 years of renovations. Yeah.
And so there's quilts all over your railings here. This is amazing.
Yeah, there's quilts everywhere for sure.
These are beautiful.
So here's some collage work here. This is what I started to do. So I would go into a classroom, and I would have like 20 pieces of my work all in a circle. So the students would take a tour of the art, read the art, and discuss it among themselves. Okay. And then afterwards, I would be there, and they could ask me any question they want to about the art. Okay. How they interpret it and how I wanted it to be.
So tell me who the students were.
High school students, just ordinary high school students.
Okay. And did they have background on residential schools at that point?
Most schools do now.
Okay.
So, but to actually have a person come in and to talk about a personal relationship with residential schools, because I'm second generation survivor. Okay. I told them about my mom and that sort of thing. So here in this collage piece here, it says Once Upon a Truth. And I put here before, and there's a picture of a teepee and a wolf and a heart, and everything is intact here.
So these are images. Where are you getting these images from?
Magazines, books, anything. Okay. Anything that it calls to me.
Okay, and then you're gluing those onto your background canvas.
Collaging them, yeah. And then adding art around it.
So paintings and different design work.
Yeah, petroglyphs too as well. So here is before, and then after the church came into Canada, and I put English only. I put this handprint here is in red to signify there's blood on Canada's hands. And here this person is choking has muzzled this wolf. Okay. And this is the taking away of our language. Mm-hmm. And here we had our language. The wolf represents family. Okay. Because they mate for life. They teach their children everything. They travel in communities and packs. And this is what happened. You look at it at first and you think, oh yeah, okay. But once you start thinking about it, it's very powerful.
It is very powerful. Mm. And so these are some of the pieces that the students are seeing. Yeah. And then they are creating their own collages out of that?
No, they're discussing it. And they're asking me, like, what does the wolf mean to you? What does this mean? Why did you use the wolf like that? Why is the wolf is singing here? The wolf is not singing here.
So they're learning really from these artworks that you've got instead of just reading from books.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it okay if I read this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this is Celebrating Native. Section 3 of an act further to amend the Indian Act of 1880 made the exercise of these practices a criminal offense. Number 3, every Indian or other person who engages in or assists in celebrating the Indian festival known as potlatch, or the Indian dance known as, I want to say that right, known as Tamawana. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is about when the Indian Act outlawed our dances.
Right.
It was against the law in this country for me to pray in my own language. It was against the law for me to dance at a powwow, if you can imagine.
I can't imagine that, no.
Yeah, and not everybody knows that.
So they're guilty of an offense, a misdemeanor, and shall be liable.
Yeah.
And then there's celebrating Native to imprisonment. So they're liable to imprisonment, and any Indian or other person who encourages an Indian or Indians to get up such a festival or dance to celebrate the same is guilty of a like offense.
Crazy.
So that was written into policy.
It's crazy making.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy making. So here's another piece that I would have in the classroom as well. So this is an iceberg. This is all the bottom of the iceberg. When you see a First Nations person, could be all that they're dealing with. And this is the top part here is the strength and the healing part. So there's words there that you've listed. You've written words, our stories, our songs, our dances, our laughter, community, truth telling, our ceremonies, our elders, our youth, resilience, our prayers, grandmothers, grandfathers, Mother Earth. Yeah.
So that is on top.
Yeah.
And that's
the beginning of the healing. So it works its way down and gets rid of all the
past histories.
Yeah. Christopher Columbus, the crown, all of it, the alcoholism. And I put the secret path in there too.
What is the secret path? I don't know that story.
Oh my God. That's Janie Wenchak.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do know that. Gordon Downey from Tragically Hip discussed that secret path. Okay. I didn't realize that's the one you were talking about. Yes.
And then, so these are all the pieces that would go in the classroom.
They're really powerful pieces.
They're very powerful. This is an apology that I wrote to my mom because I didn't know that she was a residential school survivor. And so I only saw the after effects. So this is the apology, and have the apology on the back usually so I can read it to the class. But there's a picture of me reading the letter in a ceremony here. And again, with all the animals and whatnot. And it was called For This, I Am Sorry. I apologize to my mom for oppressing her because...
So you didn't grow up with your culture?
No, not at all.
And so you didn't grow up with your family, with your mother?
No, I was in foster homes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in and out foster homes, at least 20 foster homes. And I only came home once in a while and saw her once in a while. So, and I couldn't live at home anymore. It was too dysfunctional. I did a lot of poetry when I was living in Ottawa in the 80s, and then some of my poetry got published. And this is one of the pieces here, which is very powerful. And I'll read it to you. It's called Unspoken Thoughts. I grieve for this loss. I mourn it, and often I feel trapped within this language which I don't belong to. Just as it would not be right to force the eagle to sing the robin song, the English language is not my song. It's very difficult to feel with my Aboriginal heart when I'm limited and confined to communicate in a language whose history is very painful to me. Yet, when I hear the Ojibwe language, my heart awakens and stirs as in some brief, distant recognition. I loathe this language. Its words trip me and often play games on me. And to me, there is no incentive to manage it well when I feel shackled to it. My heart is Ojibwe. My language is English. It's a contradiction within me, and I despise it.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah. So that kind of says it all about our language, how it was taken away, and how I feel about that. So I used the robin here and the eagle and how the language represents our songs, right? And how the songs got taken away and replaced by other songs. So this is my residential school stuff that I would take into the classrooms.
That's an amazing collection and amazing.
That's just some of it.
Yeah. That would be a very, very powerful workshop to be a part of.
It is very powerful. And a lot of times there's some tears too.
I would expect. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to do it in person because the teachers can kind of, be with the students and help them process, because a lot of feelings do come up.
Sure.
And it's uncomfortable at times, and it's also it's shocking. They just didn't know,
Yeah.
when they have a real person in front of them and they have the art, it's very powerful.
Yeah. No, and I was in a position of not knowing until about a decade ago. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I had
Me too.
My history growing up was a very colonial history, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was, I'm working on learning and knowing more.
Yeah. It's and it's very triggering sometimes to watch people when they see it and they get it and they know now.
Yeah.
And I get to see that transformation. It's very moving. Yeah. Very moving.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
Yeah. So the other thing is, with the pandemic, though, I couldn't go into the schools for 2 years. So what I would do, we would still do this, but I would have to hold the piece up. I would select maybe 10 pieces, nothing too powerful. I just stuck to stuff that was kind of on the surface, and I would do it on Zoom. I would just hold the piece up and read it to them, and then we would discuss it. It's not the same, but it was still
a conversation.
Yeah, it was still a conversation, and they still got to ask me questions about my own experience with my mom. So, and how this started was that I had all this poetry lying around in the bookcase, and nobody was reading it. Nobody knew about it anymore. It was an old book, I think from the 80s. So I thought, how can I put those words onto art now and kind of give them a life? Because I was already starting to figure out residential schools back then. So that's how this came to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was another published one that I did, or a published poetry. This one's called My Church. And I said, when I pray, I go to the forest. I go to a place that no man could have created. The forest is the only cathedral I know. It was published in 1995. And so I used, again, pictures that would kind of illustrate that, what the forest means to me. It's a cathedral. Yeah.
And that same feeling still comes out in all your work, right?
Yeah.
The forest is that's where your artwork is all around the forest now. Yeah.
It's been a journey, that's for sure.
I can see that.
Colorful journey.
It is a colorful journey.
It's not ending. I have a feeling there's more to come, but I'm not sure what it is yet.
I have no doubt. Thank you for showing me and giving me a tour of your farm and all of your eclectic collections of things. It's really been really a beautiful experience to be here. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, good.
So I have one last question for you, which we can do when we sit out on the porch here.
See, I even took on my old coat. I want to show you this.
Oh, wow. So it's a wool coat and you've beaded that whole thing. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It was a ratty-tatty old coat, and I didn't want to throw it out. So I just put some fabric and ribbon on beads on the bottom.
It's like rickrack.
Yeah, and I beaded the whole back of it. The beading
is beautiful.
Yeah. So that was fun. Gosh.
Okay. So my last question for you really is how do people get in touch with you if they're wanting to...
Oh, okay.
To either have you come in and do a workshop with them, or, because there's doll making, people love being able to do doll making.
Yes.
And if people are wanting to maybe buy some of your furniture that can help you with that. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
How can they see that online anywhere?
Yeah. So if they go I'm on Facebook under Rose Moses, and I try to post something on there every day.
Okay.
That I've created. And the other, I belong to an online auction. It's called Indigenous Arts Collective, and it's weekly. So I belong to that, or they can email me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for this. Welcome. I really appreciate it. It's so interesting to talk with different artists who really are. Well, you're driven. You're a driven artist for one thing, and you have these interesting stories of resilience and of
well, I as I said before, art is my medicine. It has been my medicine. It was my brother's medicine. Helped him cope with so many things, and his depression too. That's why he painted only in the wintertime, because it helped him so much. And I think for most people, art is a medicine for sure. But what I've realized now is from people telling me how happy my art makes them. So it's not only benefiting me, but it's also like a medicine for them too.
Absolutely.
I was
Absolutely.
like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like sharing and spreading that joy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And for me, that's a big part of sustainability. Like, even though, yes, I love that you're upcycling materials. That's an important part of every project that gets done, is what the materials are that people are using. But it's more about the future stories that you are impacting. Yeah, your in terms of the dolls that you're making and your collages that you're doing and your quilts that you're doing, they are upcycling materials, but they are creating stories for future generations to understand and keep alive the knowledge there.
Actually, that made me remember with the quilting. I had a high school contact me. They want to do a wall hanging. And I said, why don't we do a wall hanging of the Algonquin creation story? Because the school is on Algonquin land.
Yes.
And you guys probably don't know about the Algonquin creation story. And so that's what we did. We did the whole thing in fabric, and it was a wall hanging for their hallways.
Fantastic.
That was years ago. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So those, I think, are really important parts of what sustainability is. Yeah. It's an important part of the story. Yeah. Without our social context and our history, we don't have a future. Yeah. So we need to know what our future is, because we look at our past as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And hanging on to those stories and just being able to push forward. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been an amazing journey for sure. I'm learning all the time.
That's good.
All the time from people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for exploring this awesome, interesting artist with me. It was a real pleasure to be able to spend that time with her. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I'd love to hear from you. If you are enjoying the podcast, send me an email and let me know what you think. And if you know of any special guests, or if there's any special topics that you would like me to explore with my guests, I'd love to hear about that. Shoot me an email. You can find that on my website at BridgetO'Flaherty.com. If you're interested in a community that engages with sustainability in quilting and textiles, you can join the Learning Hub at BridgetO'Flaherty.com. There you will find memberships, online courses, supplies, and resources for sustainability and my textile art. You can also book me to speak with or teach your group. You can find me on social media at The Sustainable Quilter. Don't forget to comment, like, and share, and to follow me on your favorite podcast app so you won't miss an episode. Thanks for joining me, and I'm so excited to share this journey with you. Until next time, happy stitching.